All right, so I just got off a coaching call with one of my clients. I do mindset coaching, personal development coaching, and I just got off one of these coaching calls. One of my clients. It was very powerful, not only for me, but for my client as well. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. It's like this powerful lesson that I got from the conversation, that I think just needs to be reiterated. So what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay. We back here with another one. I've been off the tube for a minute just because I've been processing my own thoughts, processing what's going on in my life. And I typically like to make videos when I'm feeling inspired, when it's some type of inspired action, and where I really feel like this could be an impactful video for you all. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So like I said, I just got off this coaching call, and really what struck out to me most was how happy bro was just about his progress and the overall fulfillment of what he's been able to do in his life, right? So it was just dope to see that he was very excited about the progress he was making, which brought to my attention that most of the times the things that we want, we don't really want the thing, we just want the emotion that the thing is going to give us. Therefore, if we can give ourselves the emotion before we get the thing, then we feel like we already have the thing, which draws it in a lot faster than it would if you were like not feeling like you had the thing already. So let's get more specific on what I mean. But at the end of the day, that's the lesson. It's just like a lot of times we have things that we want, whether it be more money, whether it be a better job, whether it be a better relationship, or a relationship if you are single, or a specific person, or a specific way that you want your body to look, your health, how you want to feel energetically. And all these things that we want are not really like things. They're really just emotional states that we can embody at any given time. And then the true happiness or fulfillment doesn't come with actually getting the thing. Like, yes, we might get a short hit of a dopamine or endorphins once we accomplish the thing, but it's not really the thing. Is what you think the thing will give you. So what do I mean by this? You see some people, I really want to find a place for me to sit down, like in this park or something, but like you see you see some people, they go and they accomplish all their goals. They get the money, they get the girl, they get the house, they get the cars, they get everything that they quote unquote think they would want, right? But then these people aren't happy. These people aren't excited about life. They still want more. They feel like something's going wrong, yada yada yada, right? Sorry, there's like a lot of water in this park right now. Let me get to a dry spot. So they have these things that they want. They get those things and they're still not happy. How do you explain that? And how can we not fall into the trap of getting everything that we thought that we wanted and still not being happy? Because I don't know about you, but I've definitely been there of getting things that I quote unquote wanted or manifested or desired, and once I get them, I don't treat them right, or I don't manage it properly, or I just let it go, because what I really was wanting was something that I should have gave to myself a long time ago. So what I noticed out of this, my coaching client, right? I noticed that since the beginning, there's been this shift and just his mindset, which impacted how he felt like he was doing in life. So again, he has these things that he wants, and it's not necessarily, close to him yet. So they're bigger picture vision type of goals. And, most of us think that we don't have that bigger picture and vision type of goals, we can't have the success that we want. But really what we focused on in this session was what I feel everyone should focus on when it comes to accomplishing their goals, which is, what do I want and who do I have to become in order to have it? Now, the key with who do I have to become, a lot of people think maybe like what behaviors do I have to exhibit? But what we learn from psychology and studying decision making is that all behavior, all decisions, all actions first stem from how we process information in our brain, how we process information in our body, right? So based on how we process information, aka how we think, how we feel, that's going to determine what we do. Behaviors are not just behaviors in themselves. They're based on who we are being at any given moment. And usually we want different things because we're not being the person that has those things unless or else we would already have them. So really what we're searching for when we have goals is we're not searching for the goal itself. We're searching for the person in ourselves who is needed to accomplish the goal. So like really when we want relationships, we want to be the person who is love. We want to be able to give that love to ourselves, so therefore someone else can come enjoy it with us. But, you know, a lot of times people's pattern of focus is focused on externally. What do I want? Oh, I want a girl. Oh, I want a boyfriend. Oh, I want a husband. Oh, I want a wife. And they think that's what they really want, when really they just want to feel love within themselves, which first they have to give to themselves in order to even attract the love. You have to feel abundant yourself first before you attract the abundance. You know, these are concepts that we've heard before, or maybe these are new to you and you're just not becoming aware. If so, congratulations. But the powerful lesson is that in order to be someone different, all we have to do is change who we are in the moment. In order to become something different, in order to attract different results, all we have to do is change who we're being in the moment. And that change, if we change who we're being in the moment, will produce the emotions like we already have what we want, therefore giving us the happiness, giving us the fulfillment, giving us the satisfaction, but simultaneously pulling the material thing that we want more so towards us. So what I hope for you all that's watching this is to start to focus more on who do I have to become in order to have the things that I want, instead of the things that you want in general. So how can we change who we're being at any given moment? Well, I believe that who we are, our quote unquote personality, our personal reality, who we are showing up in this world, in this universe as, is a combination of our values, our beliefs, and our state. So what do we value? You know, we have human values, human needs that we have. You know, we value certainty, we value relationships, we value growth, we value these things. And then how do you prioritize those values in your life? Second, your beliefs. So beliefs are things that we think about consciously, but more so our beliefs are housed in our subconscious or our unconscious body. So how do we reprogram those? And then tying that all together, how do we show up in the moment, aka our emotional state? You know, and our emotional state is going to be determined by the triad, what we focus on, what meaning we associate to things, and then what we do with our physical body, aka our actions, or you know, our biochemistry, how we move our physiology in the given moment. So understanding that who we are basically is just a combination of values, beliefs, and how we control our state in any given moment, then through that awareness, we can now begin to consciously change who we are being and give us what we want now, as opposed to having to wait. And through this process, not only do, again, we attract what we bring in faster, but we gives ourselves what we think that we actually need. So I think this powerful lesson, this lesson I'm talking about right now, is that we can get what we want and be happy at the same time, as long as we embody that state and we're clear on who that person is. You know, I think a lot of times, and what I had to focus on in this conversation with this client, is that a lot of times we focus on the external, we focus on the how, we focus on the habits, we focus on the actions, we focus on the things that we have to do, when all we have to do is just like focus from the top down of like what we value, what we believe, and what we do in order to subconsciously pull us towards it, as opposed to consciously trying to work and strive and make shit happen in the real physical world. So the way that we do this is like, one, becoming conscious of who the person that already has all our goals, the person that's in the relationship, the person that has the money. Planes going over. All right, so the person that already has the money, has the relationships, has the health, what does that person value? What does that person believe? And what is that person's state? You know, what do they focus on at any given moment? What do things mean for this person? And what do they do with their body? Now, these are things you can go research. You know, you can go find role models of people who have the results that you want, and you can, you know, become inspired by the things that they focus on, the meaning that they associate to things, their values, their beliefs. You know, you can go do that and role model that, and I think that would be a helpful exercise. But, you know, going, you know, away from that direction, even just ask yourself, I think just becoming conscious and just like becoming aware and just like asking yourself, like, okay, what are the values or the beliefs of in the state of the person I want to be? I think you can already gain some clear insight on what that looks like, and then you can start to show up as that today. So that's the last thing to tie it all together. It's like, show up as that version of who you want to be today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't say, oh, when things change, then I'll change, and all this different stuff. It's like, show up as the version of yourself you want to be today, and all these things will be given. So the version of yourself, do they worry about, what's going to happen? Or do they know that everything's taken care of because they're confident and they have high self-belief? Do they worry about not hitting a goal? Or do they worry about, this not being the right path? No, because they're confident. So, embodying that state of like absolute confidence, absolute faith, absolute certainty that everything's working out for you, you naturally start to feel better. You naturally start to go do things that's better for your health, better for your mindset, better for your attitude. And through this process of feeling better, feeling better is going to be the ultimate judge that you're doing this right. If you start showing up as the person that you want to be in the future today, you should feel better. So I don't know where you came from, like what state you're in, like coming from and watching this video. But you might have come from a lower state, and you might have come from desiring certain things and wanting certain things to show up in your life and wanting to manifest and wanting more money and wanting this and wanting this and wanting this. That status of wanting, desiring, placing goals and objectives on a pedestal is the things that's going to pull it away from you. But embodying the state, the beliefs, the values, the physical and emotional state of you already having what you want, it's going to give you the goal. It's going to give you what you want, the happiness, the joy. You'll have that now if you embrace it now, if you just embody that person now. What do they do with their daily routine? Do they take walks? Do they eat healthy? Do they do all these things? All these practices of who people want to be, they will make you feel better now because they're healthier practices. But then also, it's going to get you what you want. So, yeah, I think that's where, we'll summarize things and kind of end it here. But to make it all work and like to not backslide, because sometimes we'll have goals and we'll have stuff and we'll come to this realization like, oh, I have to be the version of myself that already has it to get it. Okay, cool. That makes sense, JVN. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I'm pumped up. I'm going to be that person now. How do you do it? Focus. Focus is the key word. You have to constantly and consistently refocus on what you want. Consciously and consistently refocus on what you want, and recognize that what you want is not a person, place, thing, or experience. What you want is an emotional state that you can choose at any given moment of time if you want to, if you focus on it, if you associated more pleasure with becoming the person that you want to be and more pain with staying the same. But sometimes we associate more pleasure with staying the same because it's comfortable, and more pain with becoming the person that we want to be because it's uncomfortable. Recognize this is natural. Recognize that your body naturally doesn't want you to change, because if you change, that means it's out of homeostasis, and our body's just trying to stay emotionally regulated in the homeostasis. But what our body doesn't know, what our lower self doesn't know, and what our higher self does know is that there is better on the other side. There is a better way to live. There is higher goals to reach. There is another level of vibration of fulfillment to obtain. That's what our higher self knows. So our higher self knows that there's that another level, and our whole self know that the only thing constant in life is change. So if we know there's better and the only constant is change, we can either constantly change by trying to put down what we say that we want and make it less important to us and quote unquote let it go, or we can embrace the change and the natural flow of life to become someone different. And through embracing that change, by showing up as a different version of yourself, you start to feel happier, you start to feel better, and next thing you know, shit start coming, shit starts manifesting, the money starts hitting the account, the women start coming out the woodworks, the physique start getting better, you start feeling healthier, you start feeling more energized, the bad habits start to fall by the wayside, because you personally recognize that, hey, there's a better way to live, and let me just embrace that change. Let me just, be the change that I want to experience from my external reality instead of trying to mold and bend and break and force. Let me just mend and mold and break and force the right values into my belief system, the right beliefs into my belief system, the right patterns of focus into my awareness, the right patterns of meaning and how I talk to myself into my focus, the right actions and the right habits into my focus so I can feel better about myself. And as you focus on those internal things and changing your personality and changing who you are being, you will, this is my promise to you, you will feel better and you will get more of what you want. It's a powerful lesson I had today from my coaching call. If you're interested in coaching, if this resonated with you, if you like, damn, this was fire, like, I need to call somebody when external situations is, not going well in my life and I need some recorrecting and being able to get back on the right track to accomplishing more of what I want in life. Because this guy was super grateful. He was saying that, a lot of things has changed since we first started working a month ago. So, he's fully went from someone who had a negative pattern of focus, like, oh, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, to now laser focused on what he wants. And we just got to sometimes eliminate that shiny object syndrome of it being this thing over here, this thing over there that could help change the situation. And just double down on the fundamentals, like what changes your situation is when you change. So double down on changing your personality through all those aspects, and you'll start to shift. So if you want more advice, help on how to do this, reprogramming your values, reprogramming your subconscious beliefs, reprogramming your pattern of focus and your pattern of meaning and your state, shifting all that, reach out. I can help. So yeah, hit me up on IG. I think that's the best place. Or comment on the video. I'm coming out with a community soon, so that'll be helpful. But in the meantime, yeah, I can take on a couple more one-on-one clients. So reach out if you want help. And I'll catch you all next one. Peace.